When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Nobody won. Hi, I'm Daniel Licus, and welcome to Movie 101 Review. Another week, another great episode with my legendary co-host, Mr. Bob Leonard.
Hey, Daniel, how are you doing this week?
I'm fabulous.
I'm still legendary, apparently.
Yes,
so,
of course, I'm legendary.
I get to be
Mr.
legendary
Bob.
every week.
Every week, yes, for the whole century. Okay, century. I'm still
Thanks,
alive
Daniel.
for
I
the next
appreciate
century. Don't you think we're
Give
still
my
alive?
ego a boost for the week here. Thanks.
Yes. And what is new, Mr. Bob, for you?
For me, I mean, it's getting to be the holidays.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
America.
American Thanksgiving's coming up here soon, and then we got Christmas right around the corner.
Yes.
But oddly enough, we're going to talk about vacations.
Vacation.
A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's very weird that I pronounce vacation at work. If they say, "Oh, I'm going to vacation," I don't know if I can say it. Can I say it?
Would you say holiday?
No. The reverse about sex. So
Oh.
instead of V, I will say F. I will change the word.
You say vacation?
And then I will, I say vacation. When is your vacation?
Oh, really?
Vacation. That's the word. Can I say it? They say I said it already. So, yes. Tell us, Mr. Bob, what is that? A nice vacation, just like you did.
So the movie. So the movie we're going to talk about tonight is Nobody 2. Now, you just asked me before we started if there was a Nobody 1, and yes, there was. There was a movie called Nobody.
Nobody.
And actually,
nobody.
I'll talk a little bit about it because it helps set up Nobody 2. So Bob Odenkirk is the star, and he's a suburban dad named Hutch Mansell. But in his previous life, he was an assassin. Previous life. Yeah, it's an action comedy, basically. And so in Nobody, the movie Nobody, which everybody, I think, is actually better than Nobody 2, unfortunately. But Nobody, the first one, he is trying to be a regular suburban dad, and things from his past come up to haunt him, and he has to take on his other assassin persona and wreak havoc. Well, Nobody 2 picks up after the first movie, because during that movie he kind of made a mistake, and he set on fire $30 million. And so in Nobody 2, we start off with him. He's now, because it's criminals, right? He has got to pay back that $30 million. And so the easiest way for him to do that is to rely on his assassin skills. And so now he's basically paying off his debt by carrying out missions for the nefarious group, so that he can pay down his $30 million debt. So we start out with him, kind of mid mid-mission where he's, going to take out, some enemies of whoever he owes the $30 million to. And so it very much starts
Mafia.
out, it starts out in the action and is a, full on action movie. The first movie, Nobody, was a very, very good action movie, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to sit down with an action movie that is just almost nonstop, it's a good one. Nobody 2, there's a few stops, in Nobody. It's not quite nonstop. So we start out and he's working and trying to pay back all this money. And I mean, when he does his job, it's not like he's got to do work like you and I mean, he gets paid like, hundreds of thousands of dollars per mission. So he's probably got to do maybe 50 missions or less, to pay this back, So it's not like he's got to do it constantly. And so he's been working real hard and paying down his debt. And he decides he happens to his wife was like, take it easy. And so it's the summertime and he decides, I think we should go on vacation. And so he wants to take his kids and, his wife and everybody and go on vacation. And so kind of to get away from things and to reset and because he's still got a lot of debt to pay down. And so he wants to go to a place that he went to as a kid called Plummerville, which there you got a picture of the kind of the midway there. So it was kind of like a, I'm trying to think, I don't know, is there any amusement parks in Vancouver where you're at, like a big amusement park?
No, not just like Disney. No,
Not
we
like
don't
Disney, but not that big, but smaller than that. Like, so like here in
have. We
St.
do
Louis,
have, yeah,
we have
but
Six
only for
Flags.
summer.
Right, only for summer. That's what this place is.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the name of the place by you?
Oh, well, I forget. Let's say Vancouver's Park.
Vancouver Park. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just a summer destination place, and it's kind of like a carnival, but a little bit bigger. So Plummerville is kind of like that. They have, they've got rides and they've got, attractions and things like that. It's a little bit
Or just
bigger
like
than your
this.
average carnival, but it's not huge. So the idea was that Plummerville is there's a place up in the north of Chicago in Wisconsin called the Wisconsin Dells, which is a vacation destination for a lot of people from Chicago. And Bob Odenkirk, he grew up in Chicago. So the movie is based partially on some of his childhood memories of going to the Wisconsin Dells. And so they make their way up to Plummerville, and all is not good in Plummerville. He didn't know this going there, and this is kind of the like the first movie. It's kind of like the first movie in the sense that he kind of just falls into these things and gets himself in a little bit of trouble. And so in Plummerville, they're trying to have a good time and so forth, and then some bully kids are mean to his kids, and then the sheriff is mean to his kids, and so he gets all involved in some Plummerville politics. Well, apparently in Plummerville there is a gang, and they're doing illegal things behind everybody's back, and somehow he gets there's a big bunch of money, and he gets involved in the underworld side of Plummerville, which is an amusement park. And so then, fighting ensues. He hurts some people, and then that triggers the bigger boss to say, we're going to go to Plummerville and take care of this problem, right?
Oh, wow.
Because he's made himself known. He's killed a bunch of henchmen, and things aren't going well in Plummerville. So the funny thing, I mean, it's not a super it's not a super dense plot to this movie. Basically, it's just they set up they set up various vignettes for action things across the movie, and then it culminates in a big, actiony thing at the end where they blow everything up and everybody has a good time, right? But some of the things along the way are that so they're trying to have a good family vacation. He gets a little bit of trouble with the law, and then finds out that the law is corrupt. And one of his first encounters past him fighting with the sheriff or whatever is on, and there's the duck boat there. See him right there? He's got the so there are these boats. They have a lake there in Plummerville, and they go out on the lake and do a tour of the lake and so forth. And so some of the sheriff henchmen, he says, "Oh, we're going to go on the duck," and then he gets on he sends his family on the first one. He goes on the second one, and the henchman, and there's a big fight scene that happens on the boat as it's cruising around the lake, and people fly off of it and get beat up real bad, and it's quite, for for the action thing, it's really quite entertaining. To contrast that,
the violence.
The violence. To contrast that, there was a big scene in the first movie, Nobody, on a bus, which is very similar to the duck thing, really. It's almost like, it's an homage to itself in a way. Now, the funny thing is that so then to go with the storyline, so then he beats up the sheriff's thing, and then that triggers more bad guys to come, and then he's got to take on a slew of bad guys. And then he comes to find out the sheriff really doesn't want to be involved anymore with these underworld people. And he's really trying to get out of it, but they won't let him get away, right? They just keep making him do their bidding. Now, the interesting thing is the big bad person is Sharon Stone, who you remember. You remember. Yeah. You remember from Basic Instinct and Total Recall was an early movie where she was in, and then she was in Casino. I mean, she's a pretty. She won an Oscar for Casino, so she's quite a really
comeback.
Yeah, a big actress to be in here, and she acts totally bonkers.
Oh wow,
she is off the chain to watch. She's just totally crazy. I mean, purposefully, her character is right. Other people in the movie, Christopher Lloyd again plays Bob Odenkirk's dad. And then he's got his brother in there, who is played by, I'm blanking on his name, RZA, who's a rapper. And then Connie Nielsen plays his wife. And then the interesting thing is Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son, he plays one of the deputies. Right there. There he is.
Look like fun.
So, and he played very much against his usual character type. And I thought he did a fantastic job of being a bad guy. He was a really good villain in this movie.
Villain?
He gets killed, but but he did a really good job. Really good job of being
villain,
a bad guy in the movie. And so basically we have several set pieces, the action in between, but the overall ending is at the end of everybody's coming. Sharon Stone's bringing all of her henchmen with her, and the big standoff is that the sheriff who wanted to get out of everything, he's there to make a stand, right? So Bob Odenkirk's Hutch and him and his father and his brother all make a stand, and it's almost like a weird adult version of Home Alone, because they have all these booby traps and things blowing up and people getting maimed. Oh, wow. Just like Kevin McAllister back in the old Home Alone movie with Macaulay Culkin. And so they rig up the amusement park to be able to take on an army of people with only 5 people. They needed to have an advantage, and their advantage was they rig the place to get rid of people quickly. And so it really is quite a spectacular, scenes during that part is really quite well done. In fact, the people who made John Wick were involved in making the Nobody movies as well. And so it really is quite inventive in its chaos, if you could say so. But they at the end, they basically blow up the amusement park and kill all the bad guys. And then Bob Odenkirk's Hutch and his family are all taken into, by the federal, there they are, the federal FBI type people right there. And because he is a former intelligence person, right there when he's looking at the phone, that's the government saying, nope, let him go. You can't arrest him.
You cannot arrest him. Let it go.
And so, so then that ends that. And then I'm sure I think it's popular enough that there's going to be a Nobody 3. They're very fun. I mean, oddly, I didn't mention any funny things, but they're very funny in the way they're portrayed and the way they're carried out. And, I mean, it's over the top, crazy action. They're sliding down that slide, shooting at each other, and all kinds of stuff going on. They really use their environment, which in this case was the amusement park, to the advantage for the action. And things blow up and catch on fire, and Christopher Lloyd has a Gatling gun that he fires down the midway and kills a bunch of bad guys. And so, it's a very inventive, very over the top movie that, if you want something that's fairly mindless and fun, a real popcorn movie, this is it. That moves, right? So a lot of movies are like they have slow parts. This one, once they get going, and the first one was even better. So, I mean, the first one I thought was fantastic. This one is pretty good. I'm sure the next one will be okay.
Okay.
But overall, I mean, they really did a good job, and all the people and the characters did a good job. And Sharon Stone was just crazy, over the top, with her portrayal of this mob type boss. And she really wasn't in there that much, but did it, was really quite, good in her. She did what she was supposed to. It was a new director called Timu. I'm going to mess up his name. Tajanto. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. And he has done. Let me look real quick. He made some horror movies. They're called VHS. 2 VHS 94. A thing called Killers. And so his kind of done a lot of horror stuff. Previously, right? So
he's a horror guy.
Yeah, but he does a really good job with this one, as far as the action goes, and keeps everything. One of my favorite things is I don't like movies that drag, right? That take too long to get going. This one does not. It's right into it, and it keeps moving. It does not stop. It keeps moving, and that's a good thing.
Just like Keanu Reeves and Liam Neeson movies.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like John Wick, exactly. And any Taken movies, all those kind of action movies that just keep going.
Oh, I love those.
Well, then you would like Nobody and Nobody 2. It only got 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not that great, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Let me look in Rotten Tomatoes and see.
77.
You got 77? Okay. Yeah. There you go. So, that's pretty good for Rotten Tomatoes.
Bad,
Let me give you some statistics.
How about you? How would you rate it?
Oh, on the popcorn scale?
Popcorn scale.
Oh, it's definitely, I would say 4.5 buckets.
4.5.
Not even, not 5.
Not 5.
4.5, yeah. 4.5 buckets.
But you like those sequences.
Oh, yeah. I love good action movies, yeah.
Action. If you compare Taken to this
Mhm.
movie? Nobody.
The first one was better than Taken. This one's not.
Oh, okay.
Nobody 2 is not. So
Mm-hmm.
this came out in August 15th, 2025. It's currently on Peacock if you want to see it for on your
A new
streaming.
release.
Yeah, it was the budget was 25 million. US and Canada, it made 21,600,000 and some thousand back.
Oh my
Opening weekend was almost 10 million, and worldwide it made 41 million, which means there's probably going to be a Nobody 3 because they made their money back and then some.
Yes.
So
Next series. Give us the 1%, please. Come
yeah,
on.
that's right. I think they're it didn't cost a lot, and it was
Click.
good. So some interesting trivia. So Sharon Stone came to the movie because she met Bob Odenkirk at an awards show, and he passed her a note to ask if she'd be interested in playing a James Bond type villain. And so apparently she said yes.
So she's a villain.
She is. Yes, she's the villain.
Oh my god.
So originally, apparently, the movie they were going to have the family go over to Italy, to Venice, but Bob Odenkirk was like, the character he's just kind of regular working class, middle class guy living in the suburbs, and so they came up with the Plummerville, Wisconsin, instead of going overseas or anything. And then it's based on, like I mentioned, the Wisconsin Dells, and there's a thing called Tommy Bartlett's world up in Wisconsin and the Dells, and that's what it's based off of, basically. Which I've been up there. I know where Tommy Bartlett's
You've been
is.
there. How is
I've been
it?
there.
How is it?
I haven't actually been to the park, but I've been by it, and he has a bunch of stuff. Tommy Bartlett they have like water ski shows and circus and all kinds of crazy stuff up there. So this is Timo Tjahjanto's American directorial debut. He's best known for ultra-violent Indonesian action films like Headshot, The Night Comes for Us, and Shadow Strays.
Oh, I love Headshot.
Oh, you know that one?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to watch that, huh?
You need to watch it. It's something good.
Yeah.
And so this is highly recommended, Mr. Bob. Do you like it to recommend or not?
I think so. I think people would. If you like action movies, you're going to like this. There's no doubt about it. It's R-rated, so it's kind of gross, and language is up there. So but if you want a good action movie to watch, over the weekend, this is the one to do it. Well, watch both of them. Watch Nobody and Nobody 2.
Back to back.
Back to back to back to back to back.
Yes. Highly recommended by Mr. Bob. So if you will be the director, which part of the scene would you like to delete? It's something, this is not good. Get rid of? Yes.
I think there was a bit of because I like the fact that it moved a lot. So there was a little bit of a slowdown between the beginning of the movie and before they decided to go on vacation. And they kind of took their time getting them going on vacation and so forth. And once they got there, it was just kind of like happy fun park stuff. They could have cut a little bit of that out as far as I'm concerned and got right back to the action, But I know they didn't want to go too fast. They were trying to make it be at least somewhat realistic. Yeah. But obviously this movie is not realistic at all. But, just go for it,
Yes,
just go for it.
It's something. So if you want to delete something, what would you want to add?
What would I want to add?
Yeah, if you want to add something.
I don't know. That's a good question. I thought it was really quite good. I think all of the action scenes were really well done and, pretty spectacular. And so adding something, I don't know. Maybe, you could add another action sequence somewhere in there, maybe while they're on on the roller coaster or something. They could do a thing where they're fighting on the roller coaster. That would be pretty intense, wouldn't it? And then they would hop between cars while the roller coaster's going down the track. That would be pretty wild.
Yes.
Maybe the next one, huh?
Nobody 3 or 4.
Yeah, nobody three will be that he's maybe he's goes to
It
the
evolves.
Willis Tower, where you can go to the top of the Willis Tower, and have you ever seen this where that you go into these little glass cubicles and then they lean you over so you can look straight down from one of the tallest buildings in the world?
Yes, I saw that. Have you
Scary.
experienced that?
And then they can have a fight scene up there where they break the glass or something and hang off the building.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's expensive. That's expensive for sure.
Sure.
It will add the highlights of Nobody 3.
Nobody 3, exactly. But I think, Bob Odenkirk's not young anymore, so he's got to get another one in pretty quick because he's
make it fast.
He's getting older. I guess, but Liam Neeson's pretty old and he's still doing stuff. So
yeah, Liam Neeson is still. Yes, he's still acting. Even how old is he now?
He's in his 70s. He's like 70 something. Yeah.
It's true, Mr. Bob, that the more Hollywood actors get age, the more they pay more.
Sure.
Is it?
Is it what?
Is it they pay more? Is it they pay more?
Oh yeah, they get paid. Well,
paid more.
Not necessarily. Not. I mean, it just depends on how much money they make, basically.
Just like Liam Neeson, for sure. How much in one film?
Yeah, exactly.
In one film.
So, but but I'm looking to see how old he is. To be honest with you, here, I'm trying. I know he's in his 70s. I think.
70s.
Let's see what it says here. It says, where am I at?
Drum roll. Wait, drum roll. I
gotta find it.
It's not working,
52.
My drummer.
So what's that?
52.
50. So he's 73.
Oh, 73 already.
Yeah, he's already
still doing acting.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Yes. He's doing again.
Bob Odenkirk is in he's 60s.
60s. Still young for Mr. Liam Neeson.
I think so. Still young. He's still just a pup. Let me see. I'll tell you.
Until nobody's 6
Oh, so
he
is. What is he? 60. He's 63. He'll be 63.
Nobody 3. Nobody 2.
Yeah. So
still young. So
if he
Mr. Liam
Neeson, then he's good to go.
Yes, keep going. Tell to the director, do the script now. I'm still young.
Yep.
We're gonna produce more. Nobody 1, nobody 2, until nobody 10. Why not?
Yeah. So but the bad thing is Bob Odenkirk had a near fatal heart attack back in 2021. So
why is that?
Yeah.
Why?
So he's hanging in there now, right? Good for
hanging
him.
in there, yes. Please, hanging on there. Please make more. A lot of series. What do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4.
More nobodies.
Nobody's. So, Mr. Bob, before we wrap up our discussion for today, would you please plug in your static radio?
Oh, sure. Yeah. If you want to hear some funny stories and from another nobody, you can always listen to Static Radio at staticradio.com, at Static Radio on those socials. And I'll talk about crazy stuff that happens to me. Like I just told Daniel, I was in Chicago when people got shot.
Yes,
recently.
Tell us. And younger people too, right? Involved.
Right, yeah, there were young people got shot.
Young people.
Yeah. Terrible.
Goodness. What's happening to the world?
Exactly. Well, I think that happens a lot these days. So
yes, it happens a lot.
Not too much of a shocker.
Yes. It so happened that you are there, right?
If it happened at an amusement park, then I would be totally outlandish, like nobody too.
Nobody too, and nobody there. Well, Mr. Bob is highly recommend to watch Nobody Do as well as Nobody One. It's back to back to back.
Back to back. Yeah, double feature. Exactly.
Yes. So, more to come, people. See you soon.